Mostly as I drew this and as I added water to it, I've been thinking about how the shadows make the drawing almost more than the objects that you're trying to draw, because the shadows are what bring the objects forward. And so if there was just any one piece of advice I would give you about drawing or practicing drawing, it's to pay attention to the shadows and draw them as much as the objects that you are trying to draw. Also in this piece, I'm practicing the idea that I don't need to draw everything, that I can suggest things, or that I can just lightly fill in some color. Not everything has to be colored. I'm going to force myself not to take any other colors to this piece, just because that's what I always do, that's what I already know. And so I just want to work with the shadows on this one and one color, and see if I can stop before I take it too far. I actually like this piece, and I don't want to take it beyond liking it, because even though that's a valuable thing to do sometimes, because you can learn something by doing that, I want to practice stopping at an appropriate or a better place than I've been doing recently. And so this is all just practice for me. This is not going to be put in a frame or hung on a wall. It's going to stand. No matter where you are in either learning to draw or trying to get better at drawing, I would encourage you to come up with some sort of regular schedule or discipline in drawing. I have noticed that since I've been doing these YouTube channels, and I'm scheduling them often enough that I am turning to my artwork and my drawing more regularly than I have done recently, that I am regaining some skills that I had once upon a time when I drew all the time. And it's a real good feeling to get better at something. You won't always sit down and end up with something that you really like, or that you're proud of, or that you feel like you did well, or you even learned something. Sometimes whatever you're putting on the paper will be really awful looking, and you'll question what you know. But I think if you have a regular practice and you just keep at it regardless of the outcome, that when you look back on the evolution of your drawing, you will see that it has improved. And frankly, that's the only way you're going to learn how to draw, is to draw. There are methods, there are classes, there are tips, there's all sorts of tools that you can use, but the basic thing that is going to make you better at drawing is to draw. And you really don't need any special equipment or tools to start that process. You know, any sort of drawing implement, a pencil, a pen, any kind of paper or cardboard or whatever. The point is that it's not the product that you're producing, it's the learning that you're gaining from the act of drawing. And so the finished piece is just a record of what you've learned, and what you do learn from drawing can be taken into your your more finished drawings, or your paintings, or whatever you do down the road. Now, I do enjoy using different materials and experimenting with them, and you've probably seen some of that on this channel, or if not, you will see some if you keep watching. Everything works differently, and it's really fun to just try things out and see what happens. But again, you really don't need a lot of special tools to be able to draw. Hope you have a fun time drawing. Thanks for staying with me. Thanks, Wendy, for my flowers. It was a wonderful birthday. I'm happy to have all of you here with me on my art journey, and I hope you'll like and subscribe and stay with me. Thanks.